That's not what you usually want to hear if you're picking a hero like Defiler, but
Yeah.
we'll see. It's going to come down to Puppet Soul, how he plays it, and keep a close eye on that. So, of course, there's items that you can get to. Things like the Storing Spirit come to mind. You know, a very popular item on that hero that prevent those deaths from happening. But we'll see.
Yeah, but we'll talk about the laning stage here, right? Like, Defiler is not that strong in the laning stage if it's not a 1v1 situation. Because, like, you cannot really dual laner either. Because she doesn't really provide stun, she doesn't really provide lockdown. It's just the wave, the Q, that is like consistent damage output, because the link has like quite a long cooldown. And we see a lot of rotations happening from both sides, actually.
Every single game, man, these teams are just mind gaming each other. I love it. Just, to that point, it's like the early scout happens. You see this early ward place down here at the bottom side in the jungle by the Hellborn. I think he might have seen Rhapsody down there. I'm not 100%. I believe they did see each other. And so it's like giving away a little bit of information there, but clearly they're using that to now make some adjustment. I mean, this is 4 heroes right now going up here for Noah Sky Crew, so still maybe not really sure exactly what to expect, but they're going to try to go for a Bloodlust, I would guess, on Moraxis.
Yeah. I think they're like with the mindset of, if you guys want a tri lane, fine, we'll give you a tri lane. And bring Magnus as well. Rotate that to the top lane as well, I believe. No, but I think they are going to probably, if Moraxis is going to stay solo top, I think they're going to send Master Farms middle, Magnus to the bottom lane to kind of just siphon XP there.
Imba. Does Imba pick up on this? He's suspicious.
Yeah, I think he knows something. So I don't know if he saw the Hellborn players.
Well, I think it's the lack of heroes showing bottom. I think that's probably the biggest thing. It's like, wait a second, where the hell are these guys?
Yeah.
So,
and like especially like in competitive, like you should definitely call that out, right? That should be definitely called out. And we see Master Farms now rotating middle. And yeah, Defiler is going to have to start playing a little bit defensively, because the moment that these 2 players hit level 3, they are in a bit of risk. We do, however, see the Geomancer now rotating to the sub lane, and Defiler's in trouble.
They're just going to dive this, because why not? They have 3 heroes here. It is going to be the Bloodlust kill. Rhapsody TP's in, but it is just too damn late. I mean, Magnus came in the flank there. That's to your point. It's at level 1, sure, but this Defiler is going to be very vulnerable to being killed here by this Hellborn team right now.
It's the lack of escape, because like the Master Farms and the Deadwood just sit on top of you after they use their spells. And if you don't have something like a Hack Blink or like a Geomancer Dig to save yourself, yeah, good luck.
Right.
No, you're not gonna survive that. Oh, Max is top lane.
They're fighting. Imba Boy doing what he can to survive, puts a stop on this. Rotating Magnus is doing work right now. Ganks middle, gets the Bloodlust, comes top, helps to kill Moraxis. Rhapsody is going to get the turret kill to Demented. The Crippling Folly missed. Try to go for the finish on Geomancer, that is, but unable to do so. You see a health potion just drop there for Colic, so you'll be able to take benefit of that. But yeah, that was we definitely have some good engagement here at the top. But I'm most intrigued by this Magnus, as he's gonna get a free teleport back to base. He's just playing pure rotating Magnus right now. He's just going for kills, not worried about a landing phase really.
Yeah, and it's because like they kind of lack good setup stuns for the Hellborn side right now, especially with like you don't really want to use the Forsaken Archer Q2 really readily. You want to like kind of follow up usually. But we do see the Magnus now rotate to the bottom lane, because the lane was just basically empty, right? And the reason that it's still even right now is because like the Magnus was actually not even getting XP in the bottom lane.
Hammerstorm's like, yeah, I'm 2 levels ahead of you. I'm not going to let you bully me. He just stands in front of him and smacks him in the face. So, but yeah, Magnus going to get some levels now. Obviously, he has the lane push. You do see the Mighty Swing is level 2 now, so just naturally that lane is going to get pushed in Magnus's favor, and he'll start making up some experience. So yeah, the early phase all about getting kills, but now SRP is going to try to find his groove in the lane and go from there.
Yeah, and they are tri-laning top right now.
Yep.
And actually, mid lane. What are going?
That's a dive once again. Oh my god, that damage, you're right. One auto attack, and that's a kill right there, but...
Yeah, but they don't need to commit. If there's someone in the jungle there, right, that they can get a counter kill.
Yeah.
If they just back off right here, that means the Defiler likely has to go back to base or pop a health potion as he did. Or else he's just going to be in trouble, right? And they can just buy like a mana potion or two on the Hellborn side and try again in 10 seconds. So I like the restraint, is what I want to call it.
Right.
On the other side, though, Colleague is maybe in a bit of trouble here, as 3 people from the Legion side are actually rotating over to him.
Look at Defiler. This is how scared he is. Yeah, but you mentioned, though, Colic top lane. Dimension's nearby. Does have the cape as well. Yeah, he's going to throw that on to Colic, and Geomancer cannot land the stun. Another TP coming in. Now, they need to be careful not to dive too much here if you're the Legion. That is Deadwood making his way over. He's not level 60 yet, but yeah, he wanted to make sure they did not commit further, so good restraint there. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Hammerstorm beat down on a Magnus, catching that late myself, but no brute strength even needed, just simply hammer stun and auto attacks is enough.
Yep. And in general, like the Hammerstorm, I think, has just been spamming his Q on the Magnus's face. The hammer stun, hammer throw, is not that expensive mana these days. Especially if you get something like a Bring to Teacher, that usually sustain yourself with mana enough to just kind of spam it on the enemies. So that's usually an angle they'd like to take. Deadwood is clearing some stacks though in the meanwhile.
Yeah. Kid's level 6. He allows Master of Arms to also make up some farm in the mid lane, so sharing the love right here.
Yep.
As Defiler's currently missing, and she's in her own jungle, of course. It's level 5.
They really want to go top lane. They've been playing so aggressive. But one of the issues they've been having is that Geomancer just does not have a lot of levels.
Yeah, he's level 2 still. Yeah, he's definitely underleveled in this game right now, and he's going to put some pressure on the tower. You see Forsaken Archer kind of having to accept that, but now with the TP coming in, that's going to be Magnus. Rhapsody will TP out, and Legion team is going to make their adjustment. Rhapsody goes bottom. You got to think is going to start focusing on stacking some camps soon, because you have a hero in Sven, or excuse me, Hammerstorm, that is all about taking stacks. So I'm gonna keep a close eye on that, because currently there's no stacks in the jungle, but you got to think that's going to start happening soon.
Yeah, I think that's also because Defiler, who, by the way, picked up 2 Guardian Rings to try and mitigate some of this physical damage that's coming out all the time.
That's funny, actually. Wow.
Yeah, honestly, good call by him. Deadwood wants to go again. He looks at this Defiler and all he sees is like a tasty snack.
What the hell? Because one can turn into at least like a Ring of the Teacher, maybe Gnome's Wisdom, I guess, but is the other one just simply +2 armor?
So I'd say for sure it's just +2 armor at the moment. But if you want to pick up Sinner's Inscription, you do need 2 Guardian Rings.
Okay.
One for the tablet, one for the Abyssal.
That's fair, yeah.
Oh, and Deadwood's running into the Hammerstorm.
Yeah, they're going for a play on the bottom. They would love to kill Hammerstorm, but it's not going to be easy, especially with Rhapsody there. They'll settle for the Rhapsody. Never mind. Now Deadwood's the one that has to be careful. Rhapsody may go down, but at what cost for them? Here comes Defiler showing up. She pops her ultimate. The ghosts are flying around. They take out Deadwood. Magnus is going to run the other direction, but they don't care about him. They got Deadwood, and now they're going to push this bottom tier 1. That should be a free tower kill for them. So great rotation from Vinicius, and it was ambitious. I mean, to try to kill that Hammerstorm right there, but with just the Deadwood.
Forsaken Archer might be trouble.
Moraxis, Ava Boy opens on Forsaken. There's the blow up with the Matrix. Here comes Geomancer. They're going to cut him off. So Master of Arms, great save by Master. It keeps him alive for the time being. Is it going to be enough? Another save as well. The crippling volley. It's just not going to matter. Got the piercing arrows off, but they're able to dodge a good amount of the damage. Now Dimension Shaman in trouble too. He's got his own mana battery, and that'll help keep him alive. Master of Arms showing up pretty late to the party. But yeah, great kills, both bottom and top lane. Vinicius, wow, a 4,000 goldie just like that.
Yeah, and especially the kill on the Deadwood is just so big, because the kill on the Deadwood there, it delays the Lex Talionis, or even the Ghost Marches on the Deadwood here. And not allowing that extra -3 armor is just very big. And they have the stacks, I don't know if Vinicius is aware of it. We do see Hammerstorm, of course, smoked up here. And likely they know that's he is smoked up, as in he is not farming bottom lane. So I don't know if Vinicius actually knows that the hard camp is still triple stacked here, because otherwise maybe they would have, you know, made a beeline for it with that Hammerstorm. And Magnus might actually be setting up top lane.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for Noah Sky Crew with the Magnus up. He doesn't have Blink or anything like that, of course, but he is level 6. But it is just him currently. Master of Arms and Forsaken being found by Geomancer, and that kind of thwarts any efforts there. There's a TP now coming in. Magnus will hit the sudden Hammerstorm. That's a big kill if they can manage it. Deadwood, Rotten Grasp. No, not going to be used just yet. Actually got stunned first by Rhapsody. Going to go for the TP out. Beautiful play by Hammerstorm. He TP's out in time, and now here's a supporting cast showing up pretty late, but with that ultimate of Defiler active, you gotta be careful. Oh, protect him out, it saves Geomancer! Rhapsody gonna live as well, dodges the piercing arrows, gets the call, Mastermind has more access, and is also gonna take out the Forsaken eventually. No, the heal! It was actually the save from Dimension Shaman right there, thanks to the cape. Dimension Shaman will go down, but Forsaken Archer does manage to stay alive, but, I mean, yeah, Imba Boy dies too, but an amazing save there from Rhapsody initially, and I gotta say, again, Hammerstorm just TPing in the midst of that fight as it began. Kept him alive, too. Huge for Vinicius.
Yeah, it's just the timings are like a little bit off for the Hellborn side there, because the Deadwood, of course, died instantly without getting any spells off. Then we saw that Forsaken Archer, Magmus Stun hit actually 3 people there. After the Deadwood died. But the Forsaken Archer ultimate, I think, was on like 10 or 5 seconds cooldown at that point. Because he died, he used it like as he died in the top lane. Which meant that if Forsaken Archer had the ultimate there on those 3 people, I think they would have instantly won that team fight.
Yeah. I mean, how bad is though? Forsaken Archer, at this time in the game, last game, I want to say had around 450, almost 500 GPM. Yep. He's got about 275 right now, and that's after farming a couple stacks right there. So clearly, again, goes back to the laning phase. The lockdown's been there. Meraxis is going to find Forsaken. Is it going to be enough, though? Geomancer trying to get this well just out of range, but now with TP support, Meraxis the one that has to be careful. The Matrix, it's not going to be enough. And now Meraxis, he sends for Master of Arms, going to take him out, but obviously goes down in the process. Geomancer, you see slippery enough, but Defiler and Hammerstorm, everyone showing up for the latest side. Devil's going to get beat down there. The brute strength is active. You do not want to fight into that, as well as the Unholy Expulsion. And so the rest of the Hellborn will retreat, but again, Forsaken continues to be delayed. Deadwood hasn't really been able to find his groove either. He's only 260 GPM, no portal key in sight. And the struggles are definitely here for Noah Sky Crew.
Geomancer wants this kill. You got Chalice? You might be able to get it. Geomancer middle.
Well, Meraxis is coming too. Yeah. He's going to go for it. Even if he dies, it's worth it. Yeah, he gets it. Well played.
Yeah. And Defiler actually, instead of going for the Sinners with those 2 Guardian Rings, he went for what I'm guessing is going to be Armor Boots, because he has the Shield of the 5. And the Ring of the Teacher. So just armor items. And we saw like that as he just picks up or finishes to play the creeps there. And he managed to build up like both of the initial Guardian Rings into like useful items. And Deadwood punched the Defiler there, but it just didn't really matter. Because if you don't apply minus armor, the Deadwood ultimate doesn't hurt that much. So yeah, like he needs to hit his Q first. The Q first is so important for that matter. Or at least like maybe the Q first, I guess. Yeah. Same idea. But yeah, like I think the question for the Hellborn side here is how can we like make sure that Forsaken Archer can farm unbullied, right? Especially before the Meraxis and the Geomancer and even maybe the Hammerstorm gets their PK.
Yeah.
Because if they can manage to finish their PK, they're gonna be in a whole lot of trouble. And actually, by the way, look at the mid lane. This is such a good ward from Max here. Yeah, in the Ancients, I mean, sorry. Because not only does this block the Ancients, it also gives complete vision of the mid lane.
Yeah, we saw this last tournament. I want to say making a point of that, and we started seeing Vinicius doing this against Noah Nugent at the time, and of course specifically against Colic, and it clearly had impact. So yeah, this is great to see, preventing ideally more stacks from happening, given the idea if he is attempting to do those. Forsaken, by the way, you mentioned just how do you
going the father?
Oh yeah, actually, but again, he's so he is tanky now. He's got that ult or the so much armor now.
4-man TP or 3-man TP. Sorry, Hammerstorm was close by.
It was good that Deadwood did not commit there, because that was definitely a turn kill in the making for sure. So
yep, and this is now a hasted Defiler going in.
Does he have ultimate? He sure does. He's just gonna run in with the Unholy Expulsion, and you gotta spread and run. If you are Noah Sky Crew here. Master of Arms, he's definitely dead, just a matter of time. I don't think you can commit anymore. Yeah, Deadwood, you just got to respect it now. Defiler, Deadwood may have had the laugh at first, but Defiler's laughing at Deadwood now. It's like, yeah, the game's a little bit different now, buddy.
Yeah, Defiler somehow managed to get like 400 GPM from these team fights. And I think that is like the big dividing factor here between the two teams, right? Where Defiler just kind of kept farming and kept like pushing a little bit and won the two team fights. The Deadwood, after he got his like initial level 6 or 7, he went bottom lane, died there, then TP top lane and died there as well. I think twice even.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit awkward for them right now.
I almost didn't forget, but it's like then you remind yourself, it's where's Hammerstorm been for the last? Oh yeah, he's just been in the bottom. The whole literal bottom side of the map belongs to Hammerstorm. The jungle, the lane, no one's even putting any contesting up. The free farm continues, 560 gold per minute. You do see a Master of Arms, Veiled Rye here. He's just trying to get some more information. Oh, gonna be exposed. Got a ward down on Congra. Raps just gotta run some by. Was maybe looking somewhere else.
Oh, Max's PK. The jump Forsaken.
That's a jump on Forsaken. Demented Shaman there. The Crystal Field doing some damage. There's the heal. It's not enough. It's just too much damage output to handle. Deadwood's making his way over, but hey, here's Hammerstorm. He's like, yeah, remember me? I'm still here. Gonna beat down on Demented Shaman. They catch Magnus, and the lead just really grows now. Nearly 10,000. In fact, it is a 10,000 gold lead for Vinicius at this point in the game. Only 16 minutes. Yikes.
Yeah. And like Hammerstorm is just a hero that can beat down Forsaken Archer if it comes to that, right?
Yeah.
Because Hammerstorm with that's in the Insanitarius and the Elder Parasite, he hits like an absolute truck. And the nice thing is, like Deadwood does, the Hammerstorm doesn't need to be afraid to be ganked by the Deadwood, because he has 22 armor at the moment.
Oh yeah,
so like
he's not going anywhere.
No, he's just gonna get tickled. Oh, Master Farm's in the dead in the mid lane, I think.
Yeah, it's a little more than tickling happening there.
Yep.
Tickled to death there on the Master of Arms. He's just trying to make some space for the team, understandably, because there's very little. You talk about being constricted. I mean, it's the map. Hammerstorm controls the whole bottom side of the map. It's the top side is kind of half controlled right now by the Legion as well. You got Forsaken just being. I swear, Demented Shaman. Every time I look at Forsaken, Demented Shaman is like holding hands with Forsaken Archer this game, just sitting right nearby just in case, which still hasn't even necessarily been enough at multiple times. But
yeah,
that's just the game you got to play. You got to just stay as close as you can to. He doesn't even have boots, by the way, so it's even hard to keep up. But he's trying.
They come as a package deal for sure. And like we do see them, they play like this every game, by the way. Like whether it's Iker or
Rhapsody.
What else? Rhapsody, exactly. He just tends to get like a link item and like sit behind Colleague and save him if necessary. And as a carry player, that's amazing to have against like gank teams. But in this case, it just hasn't really been enough. Also because Vinicius has been making sure that it's not just like a superficial gank that they are putting up here, but it's a gank and the backup is already on the way. So that if the enemy decides to contest it, to actually fight it, they can take the fight and they can win it. Because if the Hammerstorm, for example, doesn't actually... Oh, Master Farm's in the mid lane again.
Set him up and knock him down.
I don't mean to laugh at it, because it's just like, you know, Hammerstorm just comes and throws a hammer and just died. It's just like, no chance to get away there.
Yeah, and this is one of the weaknesses of Deadwood in general. As they're setting up for top lane actually. I think they're gonna be fine if they TP out fast enough. Yeah.
Yeah, they're out. Yeah, Hammerstorm actually stopped his TP. He's like, it's not worth it. He's just gonna continue farming middle.
But like this is the weakness of the Deadwood is he doesn't really push out lanes at all. And of course, that's where the Master Farms comes in. Master Farms does of course push out lanes quite well. But Deadwood has issues ganking people because of the lack of, you know, pushed out lanes. And Hammerstorm going in.
Oh, Deadwood sitting there like, I got this. Oh, beautiful kill on Hammerstorm. So that was, you know, Hammerstorm thought he had I mean, he did have the opener first, catches Deadwood off guard, but Forsaken Archer happened to be in perfect position to assist and everyone else, frankly. And obviously we saw the damage output. So, hey, one step at a time. Again, similar to game one. Yes, it's a massive lead for Vinicius, but you got to take what you get. And that was certainly a big take there for Noah Sky Crew. And I mean, Forsaken is definitely starting to find a little bit of space now. Nearly 400 GPM is going that shrunken first once again. So again, going to be a bit later than game two, but making priority to get that early on as well here.
Yep. And like Forsaken Archer in general, once he gets that no Fireblade, Moraxis is not going to be a threat anymore. Because no Fireblade on Forsaken Archer just means that the Moraxis is going to be out of mana in like 2 or 3 hits. And that's the end of Moraxis, right? Moraxis cannot really do anything anymore. Sure, he'll survive, but he's not a threat at that point. And Forsaken Archer also hasn't really been taking the Ancients. Honestly, neither team has. Like, neither the Hammerstorm or the Forsaken Archer has actually been trying to farm these Ancients. Probably because it's just dangerous to do. In general.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. It's
oh, Hammerstorm farms enemy Ancients.
Just as you're talking about it, he's like, yeah, we'll take their Ancients.
He's listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Deadwood, there's a jump from Magnus as well. Hammerstorm can do low protect, and Melody, though, will save any chance they maybe had. So he cleans up the Ancients, they clean up the heroes, and now they're just going to naturally transition into the Hellborn Condor as well. Well, Vinicius, so this is going to be another kill for them on Condor, and again, it was a little bit of a chance there. A little bit of a chance for Noah Sky Crew, but just not enough firepower. And the lead will grow.
They had no vision. Like, they jumped completely blind, and it was a good call. Because I think they saw one of them on the rev ward, maybe? Or like glimpses of them on the rev ward. So they knew they were doing their Ancients, but they just didn't know how many people were there. And as luck would have it, right? I think Magnus never actually got his Q off, if I'm not mistaken. It was just Deadwood jumping in, Deadwood Q, and just Carnage from there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think we're gonna see Vinicius take the Allied Kongor, or the help. Oh wait, they already took Legion Kongor. What I'm talking about?
They took their own, yeah. It's kind of funny. You talked about lack of Ancients so far. It's like just like that. Within the next minute, Hammerstorm's doing both Ancients now. The stacks.
Yeah, we really haven't seen like Hammerstorm prioritize Ancients so much because he has been relatively busy with just farming his own jungle. And I think this is like where something like Hammerstorm can can shine relatively well. Where the Demanded Shaman has been sitting this Forsaken Archer basically the entire game. After like minute 7, Rhapsody hasn't really been bottom lane at all. Rhapsody just ported to the top lane and kind of chilled there with the tri lane. Mm-hmm. And been putting pressure, while the Hammerstorm just kind of farmed bottom lane solo. And that's also because the Magnus alone, as like a suicide hero, doesn't really provide any threat. While if you had something more ganky, like, I don't know, what was a good gank hero, like Grinax, or you know, some good gank hero with like a lot of damage outputs, Hammerstorm was maybe a little bit more in trouble, but like this, nah, he's fine. Oh, actually, Master of Arms is on a mission.
And Master, well, he's on a mission to survive. He was found initially by Rhapsody, he ran away, and oh, that's not where you want to go. He runs right into the pain train. Yes, and obviously that was a very, very difficult escape there through the Legion jungle.
And important up with the smoke. They want to fight this.
Immediately go top. They absolutely do. Brute Strength is ready. Here we go. There's the opening. Unholy Expulsion goes off. Hammerstorm is dealing with this Deadwood, getting locked down. So that's helping the Hellborn side. In fact, Defiling gets burst down. Piercing Arrows will finish the job. Deadwood able to get out. Magnus unable to TP, though. A couple of smacks from Hammerstorm stops that. Demented Shaman, no, he ain't getting out. But at least Forsaken Archer survives. You play, a little bit of positive here for Noah Sky Crew. And again, they killed Defiler. But yeah, numbers definitely favor in the Legion.
Yeah, so they managed to burst down Defiler, which is definitely good. I don't know if the Defiler got her Storm Spirit off, but I don't think she did. And the Deadwood actually used Ultimate on the Hammerstorm, which I think was fine as like just a stalling tool. Cancel the PK, lock him down. He didn't have Shrunken yet. Just keep him there while you kill the Defiler. It's just a bit unfortunate that they managed to not really get out afterwards. Because of the 3 people that teleported, 2 got caught, like, at the literal end of their teleport. So yeah. I guess they're just not really tanky at all on the Hellborn side either, right? Magnus with only 5 armors.
Yeah.
Yeah, still gonna melt.
Similar to game 1, again, this is just, it's like they play that pretty well, but you're down 15,000 gold.
Top lane. I believe Master Farms is gonna live. I believe in him.
That's a big confident belief for.
I want to believe.
I mean, that ain't happening, buddy. There's some more heroes here. Okay, I'll give you this. He took a long time to die.
Oh, Meraxes finishes off too. Yeah, and at this point, like the suicide players, actually Meraxes picks up a Hellflower. That's insane. It also gives him a bit of a mana pool, so I really like that item here. But at this point, like even the suicide player becomes dangerous at 400 GPM. Because this is a suicide, yeah, quote-unquote suicide, right? Meraxes. And he might actually be in a little...
Oh! He's beating it.
He faked it, he faked it.
Well played. Very well played. Yeah, I was like, wait, I thought he ulted the creep for a second. I was like, no, that makes sense. Okay, juking out the Arcane Shield, and he very well played to get the kill. But now Forsaken Archer has to pop Shrunken and go for the run. Does have piercing arrows, but is more concerned about surviving. And yes, will do so, just barely. But
Deadwood running for his life.
Get out. Deadwood is trying to run for his life. Obviously, he has the tree walking, and that could help, certainly. Goes for the TP, and he is going to be successful. So, okay, they get away. They ultimately, mission successful. I mean, it took a lot of time, but they get out as well, and Forsaken's back to farming. Yeah,
so the Meraxes there was actually in time with his W, the Arcane Shield, and the Arcane Shield, of course, does fully absorb the ultimate if it's pressed in time.
Yeah.
But Deadwood just played it a little bit better, and he just faked it. Like, to be fair, you kind of have to press the W on the Meraxes. Because if you don't press it, if you don't press it, you're and he commits to ultimate, you're just dead. Right? There's no way around that one. It's the same thing as like if you take cover initially while the spell comes out with the bubbles and stuff. Of course, you can try to fake it as well, but generally speaking, you just kind of have to commit and hope that they commit as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can't expect a player to just continue to try to fake their Arcane Shield used to. I mean, that's just, at that point, you're just going to die, really. So, yeah. I'm with you there. You kind of just have to. But, yeah, it's more just well played by Deadwood, expecting that and making the play that he needed to do so. It's a team smoke immediately after they kill Conqueror. I love to see it.
So, like, it's also, like, the question of, do you know, like, who the two people get rooted while smoked? Oh, I love it. Anyway, do you know, like, who the enemy is, right? I don't know if they know it's Imberboy and Meraxes, if the Thai players know that. Because I'm fairly certain that Imberboy is a person that, like, the Thai players know. He's... he even played, like, in Thailand a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
He did, yeah, you're right.
I like if they know who he is, right? You can expect someone to like that to be fast enough with this W. So at the point, it's warm blind clips. Master Farms falling again. Like Master Farms, like is getting picked off a lot, yes, but he's kind of doing what he has to do, which is push out lanes. Because if he did not push out lanes, towers would be falling left and right. And instead, Backbus just gets out.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying earlier too. I mean, obviously when you're this far behind, as Magnus is eventually going to get caught, though, cut off by Moraxis, and he's going to kill. Allows time for Forsaken Archer to get out, though. But you just have to kind of accept that, yeah, you're going to die. You know, get some split push though. Do what you can to create space on the map. If you're dying, you're Forsaken Archer in the completely opposite lane is staying alive and continuing to farm, and that's the ultimate goal here. And to their credit, Colic is now 523 gold per minute. I mean, this is becoming very respectable by this Forsaken Archer. Has a level 3 nullifier, has a firebrand, so her damage output is certainly becoming a bit of a threat now.
Yeah, but like one of the issues that the Hellborn team here is having is this is going to be the 4th Conqueror for Legion side, right? Like for this Rhapsody, that is basically 300 extra HP. Geomancer, 300 extra HP as well. Moraxis is maybe going to get his 4th stack of damage. Hammerstorm, 4 stacks of damage. These like the supports are just tanking up, and the cores are just becoming much more threatening. And at some points, you're just going to take too long to actually kill those supports, you know, because they're not like weak at this moment. They're quite farmed. Even Geomancer is like 300 GPM here this game. Because all the outer towers are gone, 4 Congors, and just been winning teamfights in general. It's slowly running away from them, and all the split pushing and stuff it's buying time, but it's not necessarily putting them in a better spot. Necessarily.
Yeah. Token of Life also picked up by Moraxis, so we'll have that now. As obviously the map control is very dominant, continues to be so by Vinicius. I mean, we're at the point of Noah Sky Crew is just sitting in their base. They kind of have to accept that fact. Let the Legion try to make a move.
Double damage from Rex. Oh, the Hammerstorm, sorry. You can just kind of go full Smork on the base here if you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a lot of counter push, right? With the Q from the Deadwood and the Q from the Master Farms. They can basically kill a wave without ever being within like 1000 range of it. But at this point, yeah, they pop Defiler ultimate. And honestly,
so much damage.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Let's just push up past it. And that's going to be a quick kill on Moraxis, but again, the token. Nice job with the volley. But now Geomancer jumped to the front lines. Here comes Hammerstorm. Oh, speaking of damage, Hammerstorm says, yeah, I got plenty of it. Truck in hand, he's going to be hit by the Widowmaker, though. Stop to play. It's all nice stuff from Magnus. Stop to protect Melody. The prison gets perfect setup. They kill Hammerstorm. I mean, when you're practically diving the fountain, bad things are going to happen if you're Vinicius. And, well, Noah Sky Crew says, thank you very much. We will gladly take this opportunity to fight back.
I feel like I know how this went, right? One of them said, just initiate. There's no way we can throw this and lose this team fight. And turns out there was a way. 4-man Magma stun.
Yeah, that was big.
Against 2 Shrunkens as well. That's just... It's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers.
I mean, they got the perfect piercing arrow set up as a result. So, yeah, this is... now, again, Vinicius is still a pretty comfortable lead. But for the next 30 to 40 seconds, this is now free farm for the Hellborn team. They're definitely taking advantage of it. They're pushing out the lanes. Forsaken Archer just bought something. Maybe is it going to be a Geometers? Yeah, just finished the Geometers. Fantastic pickup for her, of course. And
yeah. I think it's likely going to be a wing bow next on her. Oh, maybe not. Actually, she doesn't have lifesteal yet, so maybe the Sinners again. It definitely would not be bad here. They could definitely use the armor against the Defiler. But Defiler now also has her own Shrunken. I would love for Defiler to pick up a Thief's Cloak still. So I just think that a Thief's Cloak on Defiler is just an insane item. for technicality reasons, your ghosts still do full damage, even if you deal reduced damage because of the Thief's Cloak, the debuff. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Because the ghosts are counted like as separate entities. Yeah, it's one of the one of the better items on Defiler, in my opinion, at least, because like a Thief's Cloak in general is just such an anti-burst item, and they have a lot of burst on the enemy, right? With Hammerstorm, with the Insanitarius and Elder, the Rexus even as he jumps Deadwood in the mid lane.
Yep, Deadwood getting a little too confident as everyone's up on the Legion side, and of course, did not expect to get jumped as quickly there, but
he does have buyback, I believe. Yeah, he does. Top
He
tower is
wants that
also
shrunken,
1
though.
HP. So they should
like
probably
that.
just deny it here.
yeah. Yeah, he tried. Master Farm thought about it, but couldn't really do that.
Buyback and Deadwoods. So they popped the buyback whites early. And I think we see the Vinicius just kind of back off here, right?
Yeah, no point to I mean, especially after that last fight. Vinicius is definitely going to play a little more careful. Not to go too crazy here. I mean, they have a very dominant lead. There's no point to push the issue. They're not in necessarily a rush. I mean, yes, Forsaken Archer is finding more and more farm, but your Hammerstorm continues to also find more and more farm. I mean, you're still pretty confident with that matchup, I would think.
Yeah.
You're the Legion.
And we also see some more aura items now on the Legion side, right? So we see Meraxis actually finishing the Abyssal Skull, which I'm guessing is going to be the Sinners. And after Defiler finished the Shrunken, I'm guessing he's likely gonna go for something like a Demonic. And after they finish the Demonic, I think there's so much armor on that Legion side, that it's going to be difficult to fight against that. Because like a lot of the damage from the Hellborn side is still physical damage. And we see Defiler actually going in.
Yep, here we go. Look at the spread, though. I mean, Hammerstorm way back.
Rexus.
There's going to be jumping Deadwood. Raxus, the one going in first, protect the Melody. This one's going to be a good duration right here. They kill Deadwood, they take out Dimension Shaman, Forsaken Archer, all the way back at the Tier 4 towers. Make sure to keep your distance, but damage done. Now it's a 3 versus 5, no buybacks happening. No ultimate from Magnus either.
I just noticed that Rhapsody picked up a Shrunken Egg.
Yep. Pretty critical of that last fight there. Forsaken's going to pop the Shrunken as Defiler is out of place, but no, the BKB TP, and she will be fine. See, Forsaken is trying to get them chasing. Good job with the Geometer's Bane to disjoint. Hammerstorm, though, able to blink away. Oh, he went for all of them. He misses all of them as a result. And Ember Boy will die. We definitely have all been there. You go for the God Stud, and you end up hitting nothing, but again, a good retreat by Vinicius. Goes back to there are no very quick time frame to win here. Let's just settle and regroup.
Yeah. Also, I have no idea what you're talking about. I cannot relate to missing stuns, ever.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I don't know. Does not sound familiar.
Locked in.
Yeah. No, but it might also be, of course, like Ember Boy is rusty. I don't think he's been playing much at all recently. But of course, also, is also a little bit of a delay because, of course, he's playing against the Thai team here. And that takes some getting used to. It's definitely not impossible to play. And like both teams, of course, are playing on a little bit of delay here. But you gotta set your mind to it, you know?
Yeah, it takes some time to adjust. And
we see, 4 people rotating for Congo right now. And that's gonna be the 5th ape dying.
I was gonna say that the 5th Congress, this is ridiculous. That's going to be even more stats for the Legion side.
At which points do we start giving the bananas again?
Something else. Let's just say things work a little bit different in HoN Reborn.
Yeah.
Times will change.
Spoilers! No, but like they're just going to go for their for the enemy Congo right now. And honestly, I don't know if they can fight it on the Hellborn side. They're going to try. Because we see like a 4-man smoke, 5-man smoke here, sorry. And they gotta start getting some wards up. Oh, look at this, by the way. Master Farms picked up a Bola. Oh, that's huge for them.
Yep, that's could be critical in the fight. Magnus jumps in, but the follow-up is not really there. Moraxis now, yeah, it's very scattered. You could tell Kale just gets blowing up, and that should all but do it. No buyback for Kale. It was one of those, obviously, again, you're so far behind, we keep stressing, you got to try to make some kind of crazy play, and Magnus tried there, but they were clearly just a little too spread out, not folding on the same page, and Vinicius just eats them up, and that is going to do it. Good game is called, and we got Vinicius going back to the grand finals. They get a chance to defend their title of tournament champions, as they're going to have to do it against another Thai squad, now being Lunar Tier, who knocked them out earlier to the lower bracket in this very event. So
that was a 2-0, actually.